Sabaidee Tuk Kwan, welcome to Sabaidee Y'all podcast. I'm your host Jovi, and today I'm very lucky to have Jimmy with us. Jimmy, also known as Lao Daddy, is a content creator and community activist from Texas. He creates funny and relatable content for first-gen Lao Americans, showcasing Lao culture and heritage for future generations.
โซ่ใส่โซ่ซับตัวนี้เหรอบอกส่งให้เมืองลาวให้พี่น้องกันเด้อลืมบอกให้พ่อนะลืม iPad ก็ส่งไปบ่ใส่ดอกทำนงเจ้าคือกันเด้อเจ้าตุ้ยและใส่บ่ได้มันขับโพดเจ้าเดี๋ยวมีแล็ปท็อปและบ่ต้องใส่มอนิเตอร์ดอกพอส่งนี่ไปนำคือกันเด้อเจ้าบ่ต้องลิ้นดอกเจ้าอายุใหญ่แล้วต้องไปเหตุการณ์เจ้าขับรถและบ่ต้องใส่รถจีบดอกบัดนี้
In this episode, we'll have a fun chat to get to know Jimmy, or aka Lao Daddy, better and learn more about his experience as a content creator. Hi, Jimmy. How are you doing?
Oh, doing good, man. Thank you for having me on. Appreciate you so much.
Yeah, of course. I've been following you for a bit now, and I love the content that you create. It's very funny, hilarious, relatable for myself as a Lao American. But before we get started, could you give us a Lao word of the day? And it can be anything.
It could be anything. You sure?
Okay, yeah.
All right, we'll just go with something a little bit less bad. CSN. We'll do CSN. So, English literal translation means lost noodle, right? CSN.
CSN.
But the real meaning is, like you're going wild, you're going crazy. So, this is that new song that just came out, CSN. Is one of my newest videos that actually did really, really well. And man, it's just about really having a good time.
So that's how you use it in the context of when you're hanging out with your friends, you're partying, you're losing your mind, you guys are going, wow, CSN.
Yeah, CSN. Or but when your parents tell you that you CSN, it's a whole different story. They're saying you're acting too crazy, you know what I'm saying?
I love that. I haven't had that one yet, so that's a good word to use.
Oh, there you go.
So can you tell us a little bit about yourself? I know I actually just found out that you are also from Texas, and we have some close or mutual connections as well. So you always lived in Texas, originally from Texas?
Yeah, man. So originally I'm born and raised in San Antonio. I came out to Dallas area about 9 years ago.
Mhm.
And that's where I just started my content creating, actually just coming up here. So it's been wild. And like you said, we have mutual friends. They're really cool. Shout out Riz, shout out Maylin, shout out Rita, Kanita, all them,
Yeah. As I'm interviewing people coming on the show, we have some sort of mutual connection here and there, and it's like, although the world is so big, like it feels somewhat small because
Right.
the Lao community is still very connected and close knit, and that's very special.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy because okay, you're from Fort Smith, so I'm from San Antonio. We're both from really small Lao communities, right? And then we move to the bigger cities, like you're in Texas, I'm in Texas. Then we see how big Lao is, but we see how small it is too, because everyone still knows everyone. It's crazy.
Yeah. I'm living in Houston, Texas. Do you know anybody in Houston, Texas as well?
Yeah, actually, my best
folks.
friend. Yeah, my best friend, she's from Houston, Texas. She's Lao too. She lives at the temple. Her name's Kayla, so shout out Kayla. Her dad helps out at the temple a lot. So I'm there pretty often out the year.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the Dallas temple as well. I've been there a couple of times. But I've never been to Lao New Year in Saginaw, but I always see videos and photos and see how massive the Lao community is there.
Dude, yeah, 30,000 every year, dude. So it's a lot of people.
Yeah.
And the whole community gets blocked off. There's Fort Worth police out there, monitoring everything. But they'll let you be drunk. They'll let you do whatever you want. They just monitor. So
they're used to it now.
Crazy. Yeah. They're like, oh, damn, these loud people again this year.
Loud people getting loud.
Yeah.
So one question I want to ask is, how's your pet rabbit doing?
Bugs and Lola. Actually, I just checked on them earlier today. Bugs was out there just eating some so some grass and weeds and stuff. So I went out there and I threw a couple carrots out.
Oh, you have two pet rabbits.
Yeah. I got two pet rabbits, Bugs and Lola.
Yeah, for those of you listening, Jimmy, I guess someone adopted these pet rabbits that comes to his yard.
I feel so much more Lao now, dude. Our parents would always take care of the stray dogs, stray cats in the neighborhood. I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not taking care of anything. And I see these rabbits, I'm like, I gotta feed them, I gotta feed them. So now I'm doing what our parents did, dude.
Yeah, that's how my parents kind of are too. They don't like dogs because they're obviously not clean and
Hmm.
can get messy. And so my mom obviously tells me that, but at the same time, she's the first to like feed my dog anything and everything, and obviously make fun of it. And I'm like, I thought you didn't like my dog. Why are you being nice and feeding her?
Right.
So it's very like a love hate situation a lot with the pets.
Mm. But
So
dude, yeah, the Lao comes out, bro. Like you feel it. It's ingrained in you. Like I'm gonna take care of this living
yeah,
being. Yeah.
it doesn't know any better. But yeah, let's kind of get to know you more about how Lao Daddy came to be. So I'd like to kind of know more of like what inspired you to kind of start creating relatable comedy skits, memes about being first gen Lao American.
Yeah, man. So definitely, growing up, I was always like, a kiddo, I was always like the little bad kid, but it wasn't really like bad. It was just like, I thought things were funny. So it seemed like a bad thing. But growing up, just doing little things here and there that would just get on people's nerves, what I still find funny. And then growing up, and I still do that to people now.
Yeah.
So, with just that background and then just thinking about how I was raised and how I got in trouble and how my parents got mad at me.
กูบอกมึงหลายเทื่อแล้วมึงบ่มีแนวเหตุการณ์มึงถูบ้านถูซ้อนซอยพ่อบ่ได้บ่โอ้ยบักสันดานเอ้ยกูสั่งมึงหลายเด้อกูสั่งมึงหลายเด้อกูสั่งมึงเอ้ยฆ่ามึงตายได้
I'm like, you know what? We talk about this all the time whenever I hang out with friends anyway. You remember when your mom used to do this? Remember when my aunt used to say this? And like we say it and then we reenact it. And I'm just like, everyone relates to this. So the one time that I made a video, the first video I ever made actually, was me reenacting how my dad would talk to me. And that just blew up because of Law Supply.
So a lot of your content is based off of like, how you grew up, just
Hmm.
your experience, and then obviously it's a way to connect with other Lao people who have the similar upbringing as you.
Hmm.
I'm sure you've met with a lot of people have you've connected with online. Like that's how I grew up as well.
Yeah, definitely, man. Like, that's just like that's quality content. Even though I don't make like all that content, that's quality content because that's what we grew up on. That's what we knew. So that's
Mhm.
just the nostalgia of it. And since we're first generation, most of us, that what we're doing now are first generation Americans. We had no one to teach us how to do what we're doing. We just
Mhm.
had to teach ourselves as well as teach our parents like American custom or American mannerisms.
Yeah.
So with all of that, I'm just like, I know everyone can relate, man. And then that's what really made me keep continuing making content because
Yeah.
everyone's just like, dang, like, yeah, that's funny. That's true. Like, and they're like, oh yeah, all the drinking stuff. And then when you get to the age of drinking, they love all that stuff too.
Yeah, for sure. So the name Lao Daddy, are you in fact a dad? You have children
I,
yourself?
I do not have children now. I
You
don't
don't
have
have
any
children.
children. No.
Okay. So more like Lao Zaddy.
Yeah, I was
So
daddy.
the daddy of the Lao community online is kind
Right.
of
Yeah. The name actually was given to me. Because when I first started making content, I was just using my regular username, Jimmy Saisri.
yeah,
And the content kept rolling like, hey man, like your content, people are coming for that. They're not going to know to search up your name because they don't really know you. But
yeah.
like you're playing the role of a loud dad, like Loud Daddy, like be Loud Daddy. I was like, oh man, I was like, I don't really want to be that. I was like, you're going to be weird. Like, oh yeah, hey, my name's Loud Daddy. Like, oh, I'm not going to call you daddy.
But you're like, I'm gonna
But
fully embrace it now.
yeah, yeah. Now I fully embrace it, man, and now it's just a part of me.
Yeah. I guess you mimicking or like inspo from your own dad.
Getting chased around, getting almost gonna get beat and stuff like that. That's the kind of content I originally started making because it was
Mhm.
just so easy and so memorable. It's just like, yeah, everyone can relate to this kind of content.
Yeah.
But at that after a while, it's just like, well, it's not just the trauma that we grew up with, or like the beatings that we grew up with. There's other things that we grew up with that other people would love to see, and
Mhm.
that's what I feel like I progressed from what I started with to what I am now.
Yeah. I mean, at the same time, they were also very loving towards us.
Yes.
In their own way. I think one of the videos that I saw that made me laugh was like when your Lao parents lecture you at home, and sometimes them lecturing at home is their way of their love language. So I think it was like, don't whistle at night. You're gonna call ghosts. Don't clip your nails at night. Take your feet off the pillow.
ห้อยอย่าตัดเล็บเนี่ยมันคำละชีวิตที่บ่ดีได้ ห้อยเฮ็ดเสียงปากแม่ห้อยเสื้อนผีม้านี่ห้อยอีห่าสัวเอาตีนออกมอนแม่เป็นอย่างกับมึงอีซูซีขันเจ้าฝันมีงูและแมนคนมักเจ้าหลายๆห้อยอีห่ามึงเดี๋ยวลองเพลงอีนายเฮือนขวาได้มึงจะบ่ได้ผัว
Yeah.
The one that I did not know that you put was if you dream of a snake, then guys will come to you. I didn't know that was a superstition at all.
Yeah, man. So that one was told to me by A Bebe.
Okay, that's
Because
that Lao superstition.
that's that like real straight from the countryside, you know. So she told me that stuff, and I was like, oh dang, I didn't know, because sometimes I'd be asking her. So yeah, sometimes actually we had a group chat of all of our content creators. I would be like, hey man, I just woke up, I had this crazy dream, like what does this mean, and we all talk about it, like, oh dang,
Yeah, my family reads so much into dreams, like what you dream about.
Mm-hmm.
If you're like dream of drowning or you dream about somebody dying. Sometimes it'd be opposite of what you think it is. Oh, you dream about somebody dying? That's actually a good thing. Does that mean they're going to give birth or something, like something really random? And I'm like, what? That don't make any sense. But I actually love like a lot of superstitions, and like urban legends and myths. Like I think also one that I grew up was like if you knock on like a tree at night, a ghost that lives in the tree will come and haunt you. Yeah, so
it's like so many different things you can't do.
Walking over somebody's head, but I think that's more of a respect thing. But, so I was like, yep, I grew up like hearing that from my Lao parents. And also the one like laying down after you eat, like you're gonna turn to a snake. It's just like a thing that's been handed off from generations and generations.
One of the craziest things that I was told, and it's just within these recent years, like like we always thought like, hey, don't cut your nails at night, it's like bad luck when somebody stuff like that. But then someone told me, and she was born in Laos, she came to America, but she was like a young American, so she got to learn American mannerisms and all that. What she said was, she was like, you think that they don't cut their nails in Laos at night because it's bad luck. But think about it. They didn't have power that long, like they turn off the power at night. That's probably why they couldn't cut their nails. And I thought about it. I was like, you know what? That doesn't sound wrong.
So there's some sort of like meaning to it, and they just kind of spun it into something to scare you. Yeah. I love that. But yeah, I your content is relatable for sure, and also very hilarious. I like the one that you did about the lemongrass, when you got lemongrass for her, but she found someone else to cook it for you.
Hey, baby, man.
With the My Boo soundtrack, yeah, you're like sporting her merch, which I need to get merch for A Bebe.
Got to, man. Yeah, she's one of my close friends for sure. Anytime she's in Texas or when she was living in California, I would go visit her, or she'd come visit me. We'd have a great time, man. And it was really cool. And honestly, when we first met, she wasn't even creating content yet. I just started making content, and she thought my content was hilarious. And then we started talking to her, and then she just started making content, like she ran with the content, like she wanted it, and she made it happen. So like, I just want people to know, like, hey, if you really want it, like, you can make it happen. Bebe did it. And she was born in Laos, you know what I'm saying? She wasn't even a U.S. citizen. And now she is.
Yeah, and I think it's like, for like Lao Americans or just Lao people in general, like we need to take up more space. There needs to be more representation. I think our voices, our stories, our culture, our heritage need to be heard and shared more.
Yeah.
And obviously I didn't have that much growing up to see, and so just the fact that you and A and Victoria and John and all of them like are all like creating content, it's beautiful to see, and very like, you don't think about it, oh man, it is crazy. There's a lot more of us now than there was in the past year or so. It's great to see, for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely I love to see the growth of our just Lao people, like you see people doing different things, different roles. Like, we have Lao government officials now in the US, It's like, it's crazy that, like we have representation. It's just like I think we were raised to be like, hey, like keep your head down, work hard, don't make no waves. That's how you'll succeed, because that's how our parents came to America. They
don't
couldn't
be
mess
loud.
up. Yeah, they couldn't mess up.
Because I mean, if you're first gen, our parents came here, and that's what, like, their main thing was to kind of build foundation roots and help us, establish ourselves here. And now, as we are kind of like the more educated and obviously are more familiar with just being here, like we can kind of, I think, I think it's a responsibility for us to kind of then do that for the next generation of
For sure.
like showcasing like our culture and what we have to offer.
Yeah, definitely, man. 100% agree. Because even with your content, dude, like, like you have a pretty big following, like you have influence on people. So I never really liked the word influencer until I really thought about the word. It's like you actually have influence on people. You can guide people into what's a good way of thinking. So I was like, that is good.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like the word influencer either because I think sometimes it has a negative connotation to it. That's
Hmm.
why I prefer content creator, but it is what it is, influencer or not. But yeah, I think for me, it's like I started out my content mostly around K-pop, K-dramas, and Thai dramas
Hmm.
and stuff. But I think just seeing the rise of Lao content creators such as yourself, like, is
Hmm.
inspiring me that I want to do more content that relates to my community to have impact. And so it's all thanks to you guys for like
Oh man,
being out
appreciate you,
being
bro.
being out here representing it. So back to kind of you and your content. What's kind of been like the funniest or most memorable moment from your journey so far as a content creator?
Man, there's been so many good ones. Like, I've been working with, like, ever since I started, I've worked with just so many great content creators. Like, Mr. International Harris.
Yes.
Me and him started way back together, at the beginning, like when he was first starting to cook. And, like we did videos together as well, like he wanted to come into the comedy side. His comedy was hilarious too. สบายดีลูกเป็นดีอยู่บ่พ่อแม่ก็ดีอยู่บ่
Yeah, everything's good.
โอเคโอเคยี่ใส่เป็นตะซังมาฮับแล้วเราเลิกกันนะบ่
อ้าวเป็นแต่ซังเราไม่ได้เหตุการณ์ที่นี่
ห้วยไปยังคือว่าบ่เหตุการณ์อยู่นี่กูมาส่งเราเมื่อเช้านี่เราอยู่ใส่
โอ้ขอบคุณเลยลุงขอโทษ
นั่นกูบอกว่ามาเหตุการณ์พระเจ้ามันไปใส่เดี๋ยวนี้
เราคุยเป็นปี
โอ้ยบักโอ้ยกูสั่งมันหลาย
อ้าวเป็นแต่ซังเราว่าพอเราหันมีเงินหลายวันทางเหตุการณ์
นั่น
มาแล้วว่าคอยได้เหตุการณ์สมนา
ห้วย
Yeah
บักสัวสไตล์เอ้ย
he quit last year said my dad
ปีกายนี่ โอ้กูสฟาดหนามึงสักหน่อย
มันต้องบอกว่าใครบอกเลย
บอกว่า and then he actually visited in Texas as well, and I had him over, and we were cooking together, and we hang out pretty off and on again, just because of scheduling and always living in different states and stuff like that. But just working with everyone is like the most memorable thing, because like when I actually get to meet them in person, it's like, dang, dude, I've been working with you for a minute. Like like now we get to see each other. Because like when I first saw Harris, actually, I have a video of it. When I first saw Harris, I went to go meet him up here in Texas. And then when I walked in, he was like, "Damn, you're big," because he didn't realize I was 6'2". He's like, "Damn, you're big," and I was like, "Yeah,
Oh
dude."
dang.
And my dad's 5'2", my mom's 5', so like it's just,
Oh, where you get the tall jeans? Yeah, I'm
dude,
like 5'6", 5'7" on a good day. But yeah, I wish I was taller. But yeah, Mr. Harris, he's staying busy. I love his content too, and he always makes me hungry.
Oh, dude, hey, you got to try his food one day, dude. He's just like
Yeah.
top-notch cook. But yeah, like just like what you were asking, just working with everyone and then being able to meet them was like the most memorable thing. Because then when we had Loud House, I got to meet everyone from Loud House at Sabaidee Fest last year, and that was cool because I had been working with them for like over a year already.
Online, and then meeting in person is so different.
Exactly.
You're
And I'm
like,
like, these people are just as funny as online as they are in person. Like, this is great. Yeah.
yeah, because you never know, like, once you meet someone offline and in person, like, is it going to vibe the same? But
Right.
I think we try to be our authentic selves. I mean, we do kind of put on a facade every now and then, but we try to be our authentic selves. And you can't, I think with loud people, you can't, like, they'll call you out on your bullshit too. So
Yes, bro. You can't fake the funk. You can't fake
you
the
can't
funk.
fake it for sure. So what do you love most about Laotian culture, and how does that influence your work and your content?
I've been mixing things up, and I have so much content in the backlog that I should release, but I'm
Yeah.
just like, dang, should I not, this and that, But
Mhm.
that's unfair to everyone that wants to see it, Like that's just me being just a little bit more meticulous with my things, rather than be like, I know people want content, like people love this stuff, like they're
Yeah.
gonna love it either way, But I'm just being
Mhm.
meticulous, and that's just because it's more of a like I don't want to call it a job, but I want to say like it's more of a my baby. You know, like I want to give y'all the best that I can of me.
It's your brand, you know. You want to make
Yes,
sure that you're giving
exactly.
your best self. Yeah.
Exactly.
No,
And like, you know, that's what they deserve.
I relate to that as myself as a content creator because, yeah, there's so many things that I want to put out, but then I'm like, I don't know, is it going to like be received well? Is it cringe? And then I just have a lot of things drafted. Like even like creating this podcast, I was like, I don't know if I really want to hear myself talk, nor do I think how I look on camera. And it's like, you know what? I just got to do it. I just got to do it, put it out, and hopefully over time progress will get better. And
Yeah.
but I think yeah, the best advice I give to anybody that's wanting to create content is obviously just do it and keep doing it, even though like don't focus so much on the numbers, even though it's hard
Oh God, it's
not
so
to.
hard, you know, bro. You know it's hard.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
like, why is it not catching fire yet? You know, like I've been waiting. You know.
No, but I've seen you grow, and I've seen you're on Facebook as well, and seen you
Hmm.
start posting on TikTok. So I mean, there's growth there for sure. Maybe not the
Yeah,
growth that
man.
we want, but it's for sure, you know,
Yeah, you
your
know,
personal growth.
just like you said, I try to tell myself, I was like, hey, man, you know, like I'm making content that people do enjoy, and that's what really matters. You know, like the numbers really don't matter. It matters like that people enjoy my content. Like I do love seeing the comments of them saying that they, oh, like this reminds me of when it happened to me, or my God, my dad is just like the, you know, like that kind of stuff. Like that really like hits home for me. So that's why I really love making content.
Yeah. So would you say what you love most about Laotian culture is like the community then from all that?
Definitely, yeah, definitely, bro. The community is so welcoming. So Dragonface, he was actually out here for Lao New Year in Saginaw, and one of his stories, he was like, "Dang, like you know, we just came out here to Texas. We're just walking straight into somebody's backyard. They served us all this food, and we're drinking with them. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
bro, like we're welcoming. You know, we're not gonna be like, yo, who the fuck is or who is that? You know,
Yeah, just in the
uh,
backyard grilling some deer meat,
yeah,
get
like
some
come on in,
sticky
nephew, come get
rice.
something to eat. You know,
You,
yeah."
you automatically become somebody's nephew at that point. Like you never met this person, but you're now their nephew.
Right? Or then you got like, you got a wife yet? You don't have a wife. I got a cousin. I got a cousin. You know, something like that.
You about to become their nephew for real.
Yeah.
That should be a video in itself if you
Right.
create something like that. So yeah, I love the community aspect as well. And then I know on your Sabaidee Fest flyer, you said
Hmm.
also the food is bomb. So I'm sure the
Yes.
food has a big part in what you love
Dude.
about Laotian culture as well.
Dude, definitely. I've been like working harder on learning how to make more jungly food. You know, like kang no mai,
Oh,
soup no
that's my favorite.
mai. You know, mok. I want to make mok. I haven't tried to make mok yet, but I know it looks really,
Like
really easy. Like
mokba
mok pa, mok gai. It
or
looks really,
mokai.
really easy. I just haven't tried to do it yet. That's all.
I know it's like I wish I would have paid attention growing up and seeing how they actually make that. But
Hmm.
yeah, it's like stuff as I've gotten older. It's like the more comfort dishes that I used to not really care for growing up, but now
Hmm.
it's like that's all I want to eat is gangnamai mokba. Like
Dude, like I never used to like gang night, you know, like the Lao
mhm,
Menudo, because I was like,
inside,
oh,
yeah,
man, like khom, you know, like it's not real meat in there, you know. But now I love that. I was like, I need it all the time.
yeah, that's some good stuff right there.
Yeah, dude.
And so speaking of food, I know you have a family restaurant, right, called Crawfish King.
Yes, yeah, it's my family's restaurant back in San Antonio, Texas. Actually, like right on the outside of San Antonio, so like north, so like in Shirts. But yeah, my uncle's been making crawfish sauce like forever, but he always
Uh,
just like made it whenever we cooked it at home, and everyone he would always make a big batch of the sauce. People would buy it from him. So after a while, he was like, you know what, let's start a restaurant or a food truck first, you know. Did the
yeah,
food truck, then got a brick and mortar, and you know now 3 years. I want to say more than 3 years. I want to say 4 or 5 years now. More than 4 or 5 years later, people are still hitting it up. People are still going out there. And just got to let y'all know, Crawfish King, we get our crawfish flown in from Louisiana every week. So it's fresh. Not that frozen stuff. It's fresh, flown in. Southwest
yeah,
Cargo.
I
Look that
saw
shit
that.
up.
Yeah, I saw your post on that, and I like peeped through the photos. I'm like, dang, this looks bomb. Like this looks real good. I'm like, I need to go to San Antonio. Majority of the menu is crawfish, but I also saw you guys had a lot of other dishes too.
A
Like,
whole bunch of off the menu stuff, things, you know, like real loud stuff. Oysters, yeah, all the time. My aunt, like, she makes the best shell for that oysters, man. They love it. Even one of my friends, she's Vietnamese. She had to fly down to San Antonio for a training class, and she stops by my family's restaurant all the time to eat over there. And like, she's a real foodie, so I know that she actually genuinely enjoyed it. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm appreciative of that. Aside from that, dude, we got a secret menu down there. Like, if you want pan pa, just let us know like a few days before,
Oh
and we'll make pan
yes.
pa.
That's a secret menu item. Okay. I'm
Yeah.
definitely
So it's
gonna have
just,
to like let them know when I show
yeah.
up. Jimmy told me you guys make panpa. I'll be interested to see how many people who aren't familiar with Lao food that go for the crawfish end up trying it. Like, damn, this is good. What kind of food is this?
It's like
Because
the
like,
exact same thing we do back in the backyard at the house, man. We're gonna make crawfish, but we're also gonna make barbecue and all this stuff.
so okay, going back to your content, I feel like we can talk about food all day.
Right?
So were there any particular comedians, artists, or influencers that inspired you as you're creating content?
Yeah, honestly, like, dude. So what inspired me to like really make content is like seeing my dad and and how he interacts with his brothers and his cousins. Because that's the same way I interact with my family, my relatives, my cousins, my sister, my brother. It's growing up seeing them talk got me to talk the way I talk, and then I just realized like, hey, they were funny back then, and I was too young to even understand. I was like, I think they're funny now because I tell their stories, and like I'm telling my stories now, and I think it's funny. So they were really inspired me to do that. And then along with just thinking about, growing up in Asian back in the 90s, 2000s, like we're looking for any kind of representation. So like, dude, when we were that age, dude, I was looking at, what's her name from Disney Channel, London something.
Brenda Song.
Brenda Song, like looking for representation there, and everyone's saying like, oh yeah, she's loud, she's loud. I'm like, we got representation, let's go. And then was it like 2007, 2008 time? The game came out with that Clint Eastwood movie, Gran Torino, which is about
Mhm.
Hmong people. I was like,
Yeah,
oh, we're getting our representation, we're getting this out there, and this, that, and everything. So just
mhm.
just seeing the story being told through other eyes, through other aspects, is what really influenced me to like be like, like they shouldn't just have one side of the story. We should give like the other side, where it's just like, hey, this is more lighthearted, funny side of just everyday life. You know?
Yeah. It doesn't always have to be so serious all the time.
Exactly.
I mean, it's important to see like the struggles and the challenges that we've had, but as well, like we can also have fun with with our
Yeah,
culture too
exactly, dude.
and have a good time, and we are a good time. So,
Yeah, and that's why I was like, I'm so grateful to Victoria. So Victoria was the one that brought us all together to make the Loud House.
so were
So
you
we did.
creating content before that, or that
Mhm.
kind of sparked it? Oh,
No, I
okay.
was creating content before that, and then she reached out to a few loud content creators and was like, "Hey, do y'all guys want to do this thing? It's like gonna be Loud House. I know we don't live near each other. Like Natalie, she's one of the one Loud House girl. She was from Canada. You know what I'm saying? Like we have people everywhere. And then I think New's from the East Coast, I believe. And Jenny's from California near Victoria. And then Cincelela, I think she's just right above me. Jeez, I can't even think of my states that's right above me right now. But it's not Arkansas. It's somewhere
Yeah.
more.
But you just had people from all over, and it's
Yeah,
crazy how it seemed like y'all were in one house, but you guys are all recording separately in your own
exactly.
homes. But yeah, I love the collaboration there, and I hope to see more of that for sure.
For sure,
Um,
man.
can you tell us a little bit more about your involvement with Satmakal and Lao Supply? I know you have them as your bio, so I just want to see
Yeah.
if you got any more information about what you are doing working with them.
Yeah, so Summer Talk came about because, we're all making content, well, we're all making videos together, so we're all sharing it on our own platform. There's like 5 or 6 of the same video, just all posted all at the same time.
Yeah.
So Gary came along, actually. Gary, so G Machine, he wanted to do a video with us and reached out to all of us, and it was just like a quick, like an intro video to like, like a Tyler Pond. So he was like, yeah, let's do that. So he brought us on. We're like, okay, we did it. And, we still kept making content through that group chat and like, hey, how about, we just make the group, someone call, like someone call to the head. Like, all right, like, let's run with it, let's go with it. So that group came about, and that's where we kept most of our content just all posted in one general spot so everyone knew to go to there. And they could see that, oh, what content creators are making videos, and then they could go to our pages. But I'm so happy about Smakak is that it grew from just being us, like 7 people, to just other people making content, and we're like reposting them to give them a chance to shine as well. So
Yeah.
it's been a really good platform for sure.
It's like
But with
a central hub for
exactly,
Lao content.
yeah. But
I love that and very collaborative.
yeah, and then with Lao Supply actually put me on. So I had made my first video, and it was during COVID, and it was just me talking like a dad with with the Lao Daddy face on, saying like, like don't go outside because it's COVID, it's bad, all this stuff,
COVID.
like what a lot of people, yeah, COVID's bad, So, I posted that and I tagged Lao Supply, and like he put the video on his page, and it blew up, you know. So then it blew up, and he was like, "Hey man, your content's great." And I was like, "Oh, thank you so much." 'Cause his page, he had just started his page maybe a few years before, and I saw that all Lao people were going to that page, and I was like, there's representation. It's clothing. It's for us. It's our people. Like for sure, let's run it. I made another video, and then he reposted that, got a lot of attention again. And then finally he reached out to me and he's like, "Hey man, like, you're making a lot of videos. Like,
Yeah.
he was the one that actually gave me the name Lao Daddy. So he's like, let's switch you up. Let's like make your content a content thing because we need to build us. He was like, let's build the brand." I was like, all right, yeah, you're right. I was like, I just doing this
For
for fun,
sure.
but like, why not?
Yeah.
So with that, he sent me a whole bunch of merch and stuff. He was like, put this in your videos, like show them that, aside from you being funny, that they also can get like really good merchandise. Like even this shirt right here, Laotian Boys
Laotian
Club.
Boys Club. Yeah, I
Yeah.
haven't seen it. I was gonna ask, like, I was looking at it earlier. I was like, I wonder if he got that from Lao Supply.
Yeah. So this is one of the older shirts, and I love this shirt, man. It's one of my favorite shirts actually. But yeah, like to put me on. He made me who I am today. So I'm very, very grateful.
That's awesome to hear. I actually own quite a few things too from them as well.
Nice.
So their designs are on point. And hopefully maybe you might have your own merch collection with them too. Lao Supply, Lao Daddy merch line. That'd be
we
cool.
There's some things in the works, so can't say too
Okay.
much, but
So looking ahead, do you have any plans to kind of expand your content, explore new formats, themes, like
things that I have planned coming up, man. I
keeping it hush on the
No,
down
it's
low?
not hush. It's just like like you don't really want to overspeak it and then undersell it,
Yeah,
Yeah, but I'm planning to go back to Laos and do some content over there.
that's
Um,
awesome.
yeah, I was gonna go do some content in Thailand with Sing To. He's actually one of my good friends. He's an artist from last year. Phenomenal artist, puts on a show, man. He's crazy. Like he went over his time last year during his set and just wouldn't stop partying. They cut off
Yeah.
his mic, and then we ran someone to go get him another mic and came back and they cut off that mic too. So this guy's amazing. I
Oh,
love him. But yeah, he's a party animal, dude. He's so much fun, man. Me and him talk through WhatsApp like all the time. Like we're really cool. And
yeah,
his wife is amazing too. But yeah, like I need to go see them in Thailand, go to Laos, go see the boys in Laos, and then also, my dad, he lives back and forth between Laos and America. Actually, he lives in Laos, but when he comes to America, he stays with me for like a few months and he goes back. All right, cheers. Chug it.
กินเมื่อบัดเดี๋ยวก็ได้ สมัครเด้อ
that'd be really cool content to see for sure.
hmm
So besides creating content, what are some of your other passions or interests that keep you inspired? Is there any other hobbies, activities, or things that you do outside of creating content?
Yeah, outside of creating content, I'm part of a DEI group. I'm a Southwest Asian chair for a DEI group for my company that I work for. So, doing that, just showing representation for our side.
Yeah,
Aside from that, I also help out at the temple, for
get
the,
some bun.
yeah, exactly. And then I do the summer camps for the kids there. It's only a week-long summer camp, but it teaches them traditional Lao, dances and instruments, as well as teaching them conversational Lao and writing. So it's really fun. And I actually genuinely enjoy doing that because the kids, like, they're like a sponge. They pick up everything. And there's a few videos of me with the kids
Yeah,
at the camp, man, and they're just hilarious. Like, they make the best. And I don't know if you ever got to see videos of Oliver. So Oliver, he is a white kid, like straight up white, blonde hair, blue eyes, everything.
yeah,
But he's loud. Like he's a 6 year old. Well, he was now he's like 8 year old loud kid. Speaks loud, perfect. Like better than all the other kids that I was teaching when we
yeah.
had the summer camp. And like it's great. Everyone loves his videos, and the temple always posts his videos of him speaking as well.
Is it on Facebook?
Yeah, it's on Facebook. I'll send you a few links of him speaking. Like
Yeah,
his
well, I'd
Lao
love
is
to see
really
that.
good.
I would love to see
Yeah.
that. No, that's so cool that you do like a summer camp. I was think that back at my hometown first, but I was like, I wish there was some kind of like youth group or summer camp or
Hmm.
something to kind of educate the youth that there's more to, our culture than just getting drunk at Lao New Year and
Yeah. Yeah,
like there's a
but
lot and maybe there is stuff that happens that I don't know behind the scenes. I'm sure they're doing stuff to help
oh yeah,
out,
for
but
sure. Yeah, like these kids, man, they just, like us as kids, we just went to the temple because it's like, oh, we get to hang with our cousins, we get to hang with our friends. It's fun. It's a party,
you just run
you know?
around, yeah, be
Yeah.
bad.
But then, like me getting to the age that I am now, I realized it's like, dang, like my parents taught me Lao when I was their age running around the temple. But these kids now, you speak to them in Lao, but they reply to you back in English. Like, like it's a little bit different. It's not a bad thing, but it's like,
Mhm.
how do we keep our culture alive? And I think
Yeah,
that's what
exactly.
really inspired me to continue making content. It's like, like, hey, let's keep our traditions alive.
You are like the main person for that summer camp, like you're running the show and kind of putting together
No,
the.
no, no, dude. I,
Oh,
I, I was
you're
asked
like
to
one of
be,
the educators.
yeah, yeah. So it's a Lao Heritage Foundation out here, founded by Peter and his, Lao last name is so hard. Peter and Kelly Pomachan. I can remember her name because that's actually her Instagram name. But for them, like that, they were the Lao Heritage Association members, and they made their own nonprofit organization, and that's how they came about doing like the summer camps and stuff. So
Wow.
Kelly, she's an amazing teacher of traditional dance and
Hmm.
traditional singing. So the kids
Yeah.
learned how to sing songs as well as traditional dancing, and it was really, really amazing. And then Peter, he knows how to play a musical instruments, and he was American born, but he can also read and write in Lao. So he was a
Hmm.
great director for the kids as well. And then Sydney was the teacher to teach him to write traditional Lao. So like how on social media there's like Lao lessons and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Sydney has one of her own classes as well. So they just all came together, and I was like, you know what, I want to be part of this too. Like, please let me be in. And with
Yeah.
that, the representation really grew. And then I see he was the traditional instrument instructor. Like he came from California, and he actually tours to each city and teaches camps to teach the kids how to play instruments.
Dude, that is so cool.
Right?
I want to see more of that. Send me their information. I
That
definitely want to check it out.
that's really what
Cause
got me into it, man. Because like their enthusiasm to it, like how they built it up, and it wasn't even over a hype or anything, is what really got me like passionate about representing the culture and keeping it alive.
yeah, and educating the youth, and I wish I had that
Exactly.
growing up for sure too. It's like, man, that would have been so cool. So like they play like traditional instruments like the kang and
The
the
can, the
the
little
drum
long
thing.
board things. Like
That is
the
so cool.
like xylophone thing, and then like the
Yeah.
3-string guitar thing too, like the Chinese one.
All right. So now we're gonna play a game called This or That.
Let's
I'll
do
ask
it.
you a series of questions, and you choose between the two items, and we can kind of go at your pace.
Yeah,
All
man,
right.
let's do it,
Kapiak or kapun?
dude. Man, you have to go that hard, that fast.
Usually,
I
some people in the past just they chose instantly. They knew exactly which one they wanted.
don't know, man. Damn. So I make my own kopiak set. I make it at home fresh. I do all
Oh,
that work.
that's an
So
art in itself.
yeah. So I know the time it takes, and I know how hard it is to master making that dough. So saying that, I think I would pick kopiak sen just because
Yeah.
of how much work goes into it. Because you can just buy the noodles for kaput.
But yeah, that's what I would choose too. Country life or city living?
I love the ease of city living because everything's convenient.
Yeah.
But I think because we live in Texas, and you know how Texas is. Well, I don't know what part of Houston you live in, but
Mhm.
I love that we have space in Texas.
Yeah.
Because like, in Dallas, before before I moved here, I thought 30-minute drive was long. And it is, sounds kind of long, but moving to Dallas, my friends would drive 30 minutes to just go eat at a restaurant. I'm just like, damn, for real? So I think country living would be more for me, honestly. Like I like my space.
Yeah. I have some family that grow like they love farm life. They want to
Yeah,
have their own like chicken coops and
yeah.
you know.
I don't know if I could do Fort Smith though. I don't know. Like, I can't go hunting with y'all and come back with a deer because I
They
might
go,
miss the deer, you know?
they go fishing, hunting, everything. They get up super early. I never went with my parents because I was like, nope. They even go grasshopper hunting, catch some grasshoppers, bring it back, fry it up. You know, I was like, man,
Yeah.
that country life. Kaunio or Kauchi?
Ponyo. But damn, you
Yeah.
can't eat too much of that though. But yeah, ponyo. Y'all got when y'all get to my age, y'all know like you can't eat that much of it anymore.
Um, Traditional Lao attire or sweatpants?
Like traditional attire, like button style, because like I'm down for that. You know, like size like Cologne,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
yeah,
sure. You
yeah,
you like that style? Okay.
yeah. I like the ease of it. You know, you wake up and go like sweatpants, man. It's too hot in Texas, bro. You know, it's
I,
too
s-
hot.
I see Dragonface rocking the pabyang every now and then here and there. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I don't know if he going to the vat or he going to party with that. Joseon or Jabong?
Oh, bro, man, you pick hard ones.
I feel like you're having it harder than some of the people in the
Oh,
past that I've
yeah,
had
dude.
as
Maybe,
guests.
maybe jambon because I like to make my
Oh,
Lao omelet.
really?
I like to make my
Yeah,
Lao
yeah.
omelet in the morning, and then put rice, put my Lao omelet on, and get jambon and spread it across the top. So I
Oh,
like to do that.
I have to try that.
Yeah,
I like spicy jabong though. Like
yeah,
that has
yeah. It
to.
gotta be spicy, dude. Or like I like champadak. Like most people don't, but really like champadak. It's actually really good.
Yeah, yeah. Karaoke or lambong?
I was about to say karaoke, but then you said lambong. Damn it! I love karaoke, but I love
Yeah.
lambong too. Damn, karaoke. I love karaoke.
Yeah, I saw you did a video of you karaokeing and you're like there's two different types of people at a party and you're like singing and then you turn the camera and there's some drunk shirtless guy getting carried out.
Making love until the sun comes up.
Dude, that was not staged at all. That was our family Thanksgiving. Like that was my uncle from Amarillo. My uncle from
Yeah.
Amarillo. He was drinking a bottle of Hennessy XO,
Yeah.
and no one was paying attention to him, but he was throwing it back. And I was like, "All right, cool. Finally, my turn to sing." I started singing. I hear a table just get pushed and someone fall. And I look back and I was like, "Oh, shit."
What's your go-to karaoke song?
I'm only gonna say this because it happened too many times. My favorite karaoke song is "Let Me Love You" by Mario. And
That's a good
yeah,
song.
but that's my English one. You know, that's my English song that I would pick because for every one of my family's wedding for the past 4 weddings, including one of my friends' weddings, so 4 weddings total, I've somehow gotten really, really drunk and got the DJ to give me the mic and let me sing "Let Me Love You" while I think it was my cousin's dinner, and then another part was like during the dance, and then another part was I just got on stage. Like now the family tells me like, hey, you're not allowed to grab the mic anymore. I'm like, all right, I'm sorry. But that, yeah, "Let Me Love You" is my go-to song in English. But my
Mhm.
go-to song in Lao is "Siva Siva Timkan," by Kong Horai.
Mm.
So
I
I
don't think
sing
I
that
know
one.
that song.
Oh, it's
You
very
get
popular. So you'll see him. You'll see him at Sabaidee Fest. Kong Horai, very popular song, very popular artist.
Alcohol Huray.
He's from Thailand, but he sings like Isan style, like the country style.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
basically Lao.
for sure. I'll have to check out his music. Okay, tamakung or tamakbeng?
Tamaktua, because I like it crunchy.
Like just like the
Yeah.
texture sometimes squeaks in your mouth. You're like, ooh.
Yeah,
But
but I mean, if I
yeah,
had to pick between what you said, I'd probably be Tamakbang, just because that's gonna be more crunchy.
more
I like the
crunchy, more
crunch,
juicy.
yeah.
Tikata or lin pai?
Yeah, that's how you know. That's how you know I'm loud because I gamble too much because I can't pick.
I did see you
Um,
play a card game in one of your videos,
yeah,
but I didn't
bang
hear
bang,
any
yeah. I was playing Takte.
takte. Yeah, that's what it
Yeah.
was.
Um, dang. I mean, I grew up playing Glock, but then Takte became my game, and I'm good at it. I don't know, man. I'm just a gambler. I'm just a degenerate loud guy.
Lin Pai, I guess, then.
Yeah, we're gonna say
Okay.
pai. Yeah.
Or male.
Yeah, so yeah, grew up with a dog. Finally, when I got my dad convinced my parents that we could have a dog. Grew up with a dog, raised 10 years. But then cats are so chill, dude. And like,
Mm.
like the ease of taking care of them. But dude, it's hard. It's hard to pick because like I want to be that strong, stubborn, loud person who's like, no, no pets in the house. But at the same time, I'm gonna give in.
I'll
So
let you choose rabbits if you want.
I don't know, maybe dog. Maybe dog.
Dog.
Yeah, we'll say
Dog.
dog. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
cat. I don't know. I don't know.
I
I'll
feel
take care of
like
it all,
okay, and last one, Hennessy or Heineken?
bro. Come on, dude. Tennessee VSOP, right? That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Dude, I just got used to the people out here, dude. Like, so in the Lao culture, gout is a real thing. Like gout from drinking beer too much is a real thing.
Yeah.
So that's why they stopped drinking so much beer and they start drinking
Mhm.
like liquor. They don't understand that liquor still does that to them too. They're like, you have to do the ones without gluten, which is like tequila. So, I had to tell my uncles that. But yeah, I definitely like, like I'm tired of being bloated from beer and like drink all night
Yeah.
long. I'd rather like get really drunk and then go to bed.
I don't know where Heineken came from, but it just got so popular and it's like all they drank. And then, because my uncle, when we introduced him to wine, he's like, dang, I can get drunk off of this and I don't have that bloating feeling and I don't have as bad as a hangover. He's like, why have I been drinking wine this entire time? I was like, yeah, why haven't you? And it's like, I only drink Heineken when I'm at some loud party and some old guy hands it to me. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
thank you. But it's not my choice.
Yeah. Like now, dude, nowadays us is like probably what, like seltzers and Casamigos, right?
It's
That's where we're
changed.
at.
It's definitely changed.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was the game. So thank you so much for playing.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna have to switch it up though for the next season. All right. Well, thank you so much, Jimmy, for joining me on this episode and sharing your experience as a Lao content creator. I'm very grateful and that you create your relatable Lao content. It resonates with me, and I'm sure it's very important for us, for the young Lao individuals to see themselves represented. But before we wrap up, is there anything else you'd like to share with our listeners? Any final thoughts that you'd like to leave us with?
Yeah, definitely for sure, man. Like, I've been thinking about it for a while and it's like us as content creators now that everyone like sees and looks up to, like before us it was BGZ TV, and he was the only one doing it. Now it's us, but at the same time we're getting older too. So like we want these newer ones. We want these young kids
Yeah.
to like come out here and do the stuff. And I just want people to know that, hey man, make the content. Even if you're scared, make the content because
Mhm.
I'm gonna keep getting older. Like I'm
Mhm.
gonna not make content. And someone's gonna have to start doing it.
You're gonna change your name from Lao Daddy to Lao Tu.
Yeah, Potu. Yeah.
Lao Tu, Lao Grandpa. That's some good word advice. Yeah, please just do it because
Yeah, just
yeah,
do it.
we
I
need
mean, you
we
see?
need some younger folks.
Yeah, like,
Um,
Joey, like you were worried about making, a podcast. But I mean, look at you, you're doing it, dude.
but yeah, please let them know where they can follow you for more content.
Yeah, definitely. Also, all my social medias is at Lao Daddy,
DA.
LaoDaddy. But on TikTok, someone took the Lao Daddy name already, and I keep messaging them to buy it from them, but they never reply. So it's just
Oh,
my name, Jimmy Statery. But if you still just look up Lao Daddy, all my hashtags are on there, so you'll find my videos.
yeah, I think all like the link is in your Instagram bio where they can get to all your stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then,
awesome.
also support the community. Like go out there. Go out there, go learn, go talk bot. Go talk bot for real. Everyone go talk bot. You need some
Yes,
blessings.
go to Takbat, please. So thank you all so much for listening. I have more episodes and guests lined up, so please stay tuned for updates on new episodes. Please follow me at It's Jovi Cham on all social media channels. Khop chai lalai.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jimmy. Bye
Thank you, brother.
bye.
See
Thank
ya.
Hi, thank you so much for watching till the end of the show. If you would like to be a guest or nominate someone, you can email me at sabaidiyapodcast@gmail.com. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you would like to see more episodes. Until then, Sabaidee Y'all.